right, guys. Everybody good? Can everybody hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, if you can hear me. All right. Okay, here we go. So Zena Auntie is going to do the sherbet recipe first, okay? All right. So we're going to show you a very quick Kool-Aid sherbet. And Chef Alex is going to be doing this one. Okay, so here we go. Chef Alex, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to need is a Kool-Aid pack. So you guys, if you ever, if you get a fruit Kool-Aid pack, any flavor you want, fruit punch. We actually use fruit punch. But anything you guys like, grape, strawberry, whatever is your favorite. Okay, so mommy open it. Okay, let mommy open it. Okay, and then you can pour it in. And then basically you'll take the, he wants to be dramatic. Okay, and then he's gonna pour it in. All right. Afterwards, you're going to take 1 cup of sugar and then you're going to pour it into the same bowl as the Kool-Aid mix. Okay. Then you're going to take 3 cups of milk. Any milk you have is fine. Okay. We're using whole milk. Now, Alex, this is a little heavy, so mommy's going to help you with this one, okay? So, and if you find yourself making a little bit of a mess, that's okay. That is expected. Awesome. And then what's the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and start mixing it. And that's basically how you're going to make the Kool-Aid sherbet. You're going to mix it together. So Alex is going to work on mixing the Kool-Aid sherbet, and Zena Auntie is going to show you another sherbet recipe, but this is using fruits instead of Kool-Aid and a lot less sugar, parents. So definitely the healthier version. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use raspberries. Like I got frozen raspberries, so I was asking if parents can kind of like take it out like about a half an hour before, just for the fact that, you know, you want it to be soft, okay? It shouldn't be frozen, but it shouldn't be warm.
No, it's not.
So we're going to measure out 3 cups of the frozen raspberries. Which is actually this whole entire bag.
Is it gone? Mommy, look how far I did.
Awesome job, Alex. You got it, kiddo. Okay. So I want to show you actually before I move on with the.
Can I make one of those?
I want to.
Can I make the chocolate?
So I'm gonna show you guys. See how I'm just gonna show you what Alex did. Alex, if you can stop for a second. So he made sure everything is mixed together. There's no like bits of powder or anything in there. Now the next thing this is going to be that he's going to do is actually transfer this mixture into a bowl. So I'm just going to use a regular bowl. Okay, Alex, you going to help mommy because this is still. Alrighty. So once this is, you just close the lid and you put it in the freezer. Okay. So I'm gonna ask the helper.
I'm the helper too, right?
Yeah. Okay. So the next step. Okay. So now that I got a little bit more space on my counter, I'm gonna move on to the fruit version. Okay.
Can I pour that in?
So actually, wait 1 second, Alex. Okay, so for the fruit version, we need 3 cups of your frozen fruit. Okay, so that is actually softened. We're gonna need 3/4 cups of sugar. Okay,
Okay.
wait. Now we're gonna also need, can I have the milk? We're also gonna need 1.5 cups of milk. Okay. All right. So going to do my best. And basically for this one, we're going to actually blend it. Okay.
Can I blend it?
Yeah. And as you can see, guys, no judgment on making a mess because Zena Auntie always makes a mess when I make this out. Okay, so basically I'm just saying don't feel bad. Okay. I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time. I'm doing a half and a half.
Can I?
Okay, yeah. Give me first pour the half cup, Alex.
Can I?
No. Okay. Okay. Just a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Just a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Alex. All right. So I just put a half in there just for the fact that I need to have a little bit of space. And guys, this is going to get a little loud, okay? All right.
That was not loud.
And once you do that, you're going to see it already kind of like almost starts to have like a smoothie kind of texture. Okay. And I'm going to do the rest.
Can I do it?
Yes.
Can I put it in the blender?
You want to push it in the blender?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I shall.
And, okay. Awesome. Awesome, Alex. Now, Alex, help me with this.
You don't.
Okay. All right. Ready? Now push down with mommy. Push down with mommy. All right. All right. This one might be a little bit more loose because of this, a lot more milk in this one. Yep. And then I'm just going to use the whisk to kind of whisk it through. So this is yeah.
So there was a question just asking if you could like go a little slower and just say the ingredients slower before you.
Actually, Alex, you gotta wait. You gotta let mommy talk, okay? Okay, yes. So the ingredients, once again, what I used was frozen raspberries, 3 cups, okay? And then I used altogether 3/4 cups of sugar and 1.5 cup of milk, okay? And actually, once we get this all, and I'm putting it in a strainer, okay? And who wants to do it? Go ahead. And the reason why we put it through a strainer is sometimes raspberries and other berries, depending on the berries you use, they might have like little seeds. And we want to make sure that we're not eating too many seeds and we're actually getting the fruits, okay? So once again, that was 3 cups of raspberries, 1.5 cup of milk.
Did you hear it?
4 cups of sugar.
Done.
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
I'm a faster runner.
You're a fast runner. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Once it's all done, once you strain it down, the next thing is you're just going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon, so very, very little bit of lemon juice in it. So
I want to do it. I want to do it. Please.
that's like, if you can see, Alex, give me a second. If you can see, this is really, really, really tiny amount. okay? Okay, and just pour it right in there, Alex. Okay, and that's it. I'm just gonna give it one. You wanna? Okay. The parts that he's actually good at, I gotta let him do it. All righty. Thank you, Alex. That's done. Okay. So the same thing we're gonna do, like with the other sherbet, we're gonna just transfer it into a bowl.
I want sherbet. I really want it. I really want it.
Daddy, can we get the frozen strawberries?
Sherbet. But I thought like we make sherbet.
Okay. So come on, Alex, help me pour it.
I want to do it by myself.
No. Okay. So you can see it has a very creamy texture. Okay. So parents, the only thing about sherbet versus sorbet that, I mean, other than the fact that you use milk in this recipe, is that after about an hour and a half, take it out of the freezer, take a whisk, and just whisk it through. And why we do that is because we want to make sure like not too many icicles kind of form within the mixture. So after an hour and a half, just take your mixture out and take a whisk and just whisk it through and then put it back in the freezer. And they do say, now they say to do it like every 45 minutes. Honestly, you don't have to do it that much. So, or take a Zena and Dee's lazy way out. It's good enough. Okay. All right. So that is all fixed up. And this goes into the freezer. Okay.
Frozen raspberries.
You want frozen raspberries? I'll buy next time, okay?
Why?
We used it.
You used it all up, okay?
What about that?
I'm gonna tell everybody what this one is, okay?
Is that a different one? Maybe a pasta.
All right. So the next recipe, oh, give me 1 second. The next recipe I'm gonna do is sorbet. Now, the sorbet is literally the easiest recipe to do. You just need 3 cups of frozen fruit, and this one you don't have to take out of the refrigerator 30 minutes before to make it soft. Keep it frozen. So for this one, I chose to do frozen strawberries, okay? And you'll just probably need a 1/4 cup warm water. And then the recipe I sent you said to use raw honey, but if you guys are not good with using raw honey, I don't blame you. But if what I do as a substitute for raw honey is I just use regular honey. That's one. Or you can also do maple syrup. And the one thing I like about sorbet is you control the sweetness. Actually, with any recipe, you can still do that. You'll control the sweetness. You just use as much sweetness as you want. If you don't really have a huge sweet tooth, but you just like to have more of the flavor from the fruit, then just use less. So that's purely on you. Alex is eating a frozen strawberry. We shall get to work on the next one.
You want to swipe?
There's 2.
Okay.
Let me know.
All right. Alex will be doing like tricks for you during this whole thing.
And strawberries. Rescue.
Strawberries to the rescue.
You want to grab one?
Actually, give me 1 second. I think I used too much.
Save one for me.
Actually, this is all yours. Here. So once again, 3 cups of frozen strawberries. And like I said, you're going to use as much sweetness as you want. I'm just going to use regular honey. Okay,
Mommy,
so
are
there.
you doing it right?
So you're gonna do it about a 4th cup of honey. By the way, if I don't know how many parents can relate to me, but if your child starts cooking with you and start asking you questions like, "Are you doing this right?" and things like that, do you guys go through that too? Because I'm going through that right now. Okay, so this is like about a 4th cup of honey that I'm using. And like I said, you guys control the sweetness. I personally have a very sweet tooth. Okay. And this may actually take a little bit harder, and this is where you probably do want to have your warm water with you. So I'm just put the frozen strawberries and the honey. Okay. And as you can see, we didn't make too much progress. So warm water, here we come. Okay. Once again, not too much progress. Well, I wish there was a lot of progress. Just a little bit more water.
Oh.
And you think my helper will be helping me? No, he's eating strawberries. Thank you for the one hand. Okay. And I think this will be the last round. Just a little bit more warm water.
Aiden said that you.
All right. So now we got our sorbet. For sorbet, I'm just using a metal pan, and honestly, you can do a metal pan for any of these recipes. They say one of the benefits of using a metal pan is that your sorbet and your sherbet gets colder quicker. So I only really had one metal pan. I saved it for the sorbet. And then of course I need a spoon to help me out. And just pouring it all in. So unfortunately my pan is bigger than my supply. So it looks like there's not much in here, but there is, okay? So, and with that, once again, just like with anything, just put it in the freezer. Helper.
Thank you.
All right.
Go in there.
Okay. Okay. And so those were my sherbet and sorbet demonstrations. These are like really, really easy recipes. It's summertime. Choose the one that works best for you, and definitely try it out and see how you like it. Like I say, parents control the amount of sugar or the sweeteners that you put in. And like I said, and you know what, if there's any, you know, anybody who has allergies to dairy, that's why I wanted to do the sorbet recipe. Other fun things to do with the sorbet is that you can even put it in those popsicle containers, or this is the old school thing that, you know, my brothers and I used to do growing up. We would just put it in ice cube trays and put toothpicks in it and then just freeze it. And then you're like having a popsicle, but it's really a sorbet. Okay. All right, guys, give me 2 minutes. I'm just going to clean up my station, and then I'm going to do the chapati pizza. That's next.
Oh. I mean,
go clean up your mess.
Pieces.
Stop. Vid du hörs inte, skulle dra dig i kött.
Why you throw it in here?
Nu tror jag det blir bra. Right. Before we make it.
Can I eat it?
You need after you cook. Come on.
That's actually yummy. I actually eat up the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. All right, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do our chapati pizza now. Now, before I put everything together, the first thing I'm going to do is create the tomato salsa, okay? And then I'll explain all the other, and then I'll explain all the ingredients together, okay? So let me actually put this tray away for a second. Okay, so we are going to make the tomato salsa, okay? So I'm just gonna put a bowl right here. Oh, here's my cutting board. Alex, you took it away.
I didn't. It was right there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a tomato.
It's a tomato. So for the tomato salsa, I'm just going to chop up the tomatoes, and the trick is to definitely cut them in, cut it like finely and small. So by the way, kids, anytime when it comes down to chopping anything, you leave that for your parents to do, okay? No accidents, all right? Safety first, right, Alex?
Yeah, safety first.
Okay, all right. So for the tomato salsa, what we want to do is we want to take away the seeds. So just do your very best. I mean, honestly, if there was some seeds in there, it's no big deal. But, I'm just trying to follow what the recipe says.
The seeds out of there.
Yeah.
So bye-bye, seeds.
Bye-bye seeds, okay. And basically what you really only need, the recipe, the amount that I'm using, it is for 2 chapati pizzas. So for 2 chapati pizzas, you need to let mommy talk. So for 2 chapati pizzas, you just need, for the tomato salsa, you just need half a tomato. So for the salsa.
You also need a cutter. No, I mean you also need a flipper. That's me.
Okay, yes. And Daddy will manage that part. Okay. So once again, try to get as much seeds out of it. If you don't, it's not a big deal.
Oh, it's kind of like an apple.
Yeah, but it's a tomato.
Tomatoes don't look like that.
Okay, so is tomato a vegetable or a fruit?
Fruit.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to debate on that one.
Sometimes tomatoes fruit, sometimes tomatoes vegetable.
Okay. And as you can see, I'm just to
Karate chop.
Karate chop. No karate chops, okay? Especially when you have a knife in your hand. No karate chops.
Why?
Why? Because we don't want you to get hurt. That's why.
I karate chop.
Yeah.
I'm the person who can only karate chop. No adults can karate chop.
Okay.
Tomatoes taste yummy
Tomatoes do taste yummy.
because they're vegetables and fruit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the big talk is that tomatoes are just fruit, but however, a lot of people saying like, well, you know, vegetables grow on vines too, but that's their big conversation about a tomato being a fruit or a vegetable. I wonder what you guys think.
I think it's a fruit.
When I said you guys, I meant all the other kids.
A lot of people said they were fruits,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people said they were vegetables.
Yeah.
Some people say they're vegetables. Some people say they're fruits. The Zach answers fruits.
All right, guys. Answer.
Computer.
Shh. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So I got the tomatoes. Okay. I'm just gonna get into a little salsa bowl. So I got the tomatoes. Putting tomatoes in. So spring onions. Okay. Spring onions. Can you get a long stem spring onions? So basically, in a spring onion, we're just using the whites of the spring onion. Okay, so when you cut the spring onion, just cut it as that. Yeah, so basically I'm just taking it up to that much.
The spring onion.
Yeah. And so for the spring onions, I just cut it as circular and
Here, Mommy.
thank you.
Another one, Mommy.
Okay, all right. Alex, that's enough. It needs to be in the bowl. Okay, all right. All right. So for this salsa recipe, half a tomato. For the spring onions, just take 3 of the whites, part of the spring onion, just add it to the tomato.
No.
Okay. You got garlic, okay. I just took 1 garlic clove. That's all we need.
Where's the frozen strawberries, Mommy?
I don't know. So for the cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Alex, can you put that in? There we go. Might need a little shake. Okay. 1/4 teaspoon of dry oregano to the salsa bowl.
That's on the
And then about 1/8 of a teaspoon of a chili paste, okay? But if you guys like it spicy, definitely put a little bit, put it more. But if you have sensitive stomachs, you can stick to 1/8, okay? And then Alex, do Mommy a favor, can you mix everything together? So just take a fork and then kind of like mix it all around.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like this I'm doing?
Yeah, and
Then go fast?
don't go fast
Why?
because you don't need to.
If you want to. Oh, I want to.
So
What about a garlic?
thank you. Okay. So
Pepper.
once you have that salsa made. You can put it to the side. Now let me talk about the rest of the recipes. Okay. We have 1/4 cup of cabbage. No, we don't put that in the salsa. Okay. We have 1/4 cup of nice diced bell peppers. I'm actually going to cut a little bit more. And we have about 1/4 cup of diced onions. So I'm just going to cut a little bit more bell pepper.
So that after we make the chapati pieces, then we show them how to eat it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, Alex is just waiting for this to be done so he can actually eat it.
What? Wait, where's my hat? No! What? What can we
Entirety. Okay, now we came to the cooking part of this. Okay, this is where, once again, kids, you're gonna leave it to your parents to start cooking. Don't, be careful not to go near hot stoves without your mom and dad. And if you, anytime your mom and dad says, don't touch, let mommy and daddy handle it. Please listen and let them do it, okay? Because you don't want to get hurt.
I can burp. I can flip. I can flip. I can flip.
Okay.
I can
So I'm just turning on the stove and I'm gonna add, if you can get the butter out of the fridge, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. The first thing we're going to do is cook the cabbage, bell pepper, and onion.
Have you eaten cabbage before? Cabbage?
Just cutting about 2 tablespoons worth,
2 tablespoons.
or 2 teaspoons. So, Neethu, Sona, do we have any questions going on?
No.
We're all good?
So,
Just getting the butter all nice and melted. Now I'm gonna add the cabbage.
who's that Pokemon?
And the onions. Okay. So we're gonna cook this. This is only gonna take about 2 minutes. Okay, basically in about 2 minutes, it'll start getting soft. So that's why they want you to dice the cabbage, the bell pepper, and the onions really small. As small as you, I mean, it doesn't have to be like super tiny, but enough for it to be able to cook evenly and quickly. So I think they had children's patience in mind, because if they're like my kids can't wait. They need food now. So the smaller you cut it, the quicker it cooks. So the why, because you and your brother are impatient and you always want your food now. That's why. That's, yeah, that's why we cut it so it can be quick.
The color you get it, the more you cook it. The more you cook it.
Not sure I understood that question.
Oh, come on, game card.
And of course he gets distracted. Okay. Okay.
Wait, where's my?
Okay, once again, kids, like I said, this is the part that you got to leave to your moms and dads to do. Please don't, cook on the stove by yourself. Okay, always make sure your mom and dad are around when you're doing it. And if at any point your mommy and your daddy says, stop, okay, listen to them because they want to make sure you're safe. And we don't want to burn your fingers or your hands because that hurts. Believe me, throughout my life, I had many burns. It's not fun.
Mommy, dude.
What's that?
I'm a great flipper at chapati.
Yeah. But even when you flip, Alex, you know, daddy's close by. That's why. So just in case.
Daddy turned on the stove.
Okay.
Daddy turned
So,
on the stove.
you guys can see, I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera. You can kind of see that everything kind of got very soft, okay, and kind of like what they're saying, translucent, because you're kind of almost able to see through it. And once this is done, then you add your tomatoes, salsa, okay? And during this time, my helper, okay, also AKA Alex's daddy, is going to heat up the chapati.
I was making the chapati now.
I'm sorry.
Your favorite.
My helper made the chapatis and he's just heating it up. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
This is my part.
Look,
This is my part.
okay, wait. You know, not, okay. And Alex, if you stand right there, nobody can see you. Okay. If you stand right there, nobody can see you. It's Pete, what's going on here? So I'm just gonna get another.
Yeah, huge. Wait.
Okay. I'm gonna adjust the heat to medium, and so that way things don't get burned. Alright. So once again, this is gonna take another 2 minutes because once again, whoever came up with this recipe understood the patience of children, so you got like 5 minutes to put something in front of them.
Yeah, we're gonna drop it on the floor.
Okay. Daddy, help him. All right,
I'm
Alex.
gonna talk about that. I think.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Hold on. Your first flip wasn't that great.
Almost done, guys. Almost done. Almost done.
It has honey in there. My helper's name, Mommy. Are we done yet? Name is AKA.
It's almost done, guys. It's almost done. Because you guys sound just like my child who's like ready to eat. So I'm gonna move everything else. Turn this off. Okay, Alex, that's enough. Get down, please. So start to plate. Yeah. Daddy. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got the chapatis. They're all baked and heated up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then all we do now is I'm going to kind of divide this in half on one chapati, half on the other. And also, by the way, everybody, I am recording this, so we'll see if we can get this up on the website, or I can re-record this with each recipe by itself, and you guys can choose which one you want to watch. So then the the next thing is the last finishing touches to do is take the green portion of those spring onions, okay, because we use the white to make the salsa. We're going to use the green as a topping. So you can just cut them thin and circle.
My favorite part.
Your favorite part.
The pepperoni.
And, okay. All right.
I'm gonna do it with pepperoni.
Okay, give it a second, Alex. We'll get the pepperonis too. Okay. All right. So, all right.
AKA.
All right. So, cheese. Okay. So now we're doing the finishing touches. Cheese. Use whatever cheese you like. Mozzarella, Mexican, Parmesan, whatever is your favorite cheese, use it. So I'm just using mozzarella and just sprinkling it
Can I
around.
do it?
Yeah.
Is it gonna
Christina, Gigi, this is the vegetarian recipe, right?
This is the vegetarian, yes, it is vegetarian. Okay, stop. I understand you're not vegetarian, but stop. Okay, so funny part is anytime I make vegetarian food, my husband likes to tease me and say he wasn't born a cow, so why are we eating all these vegetables? And I'm like, so we don't have a heart attack. That's why we're eating vegetables. And then you top it off with some of the green onions. Go ahead, sprinkle it on that one, and I'll sprinkle it on this one. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, so those are your chapati pizzas. I guarantee you are absolutely going to love it. Other things to do, parents, is one thing I didn't mention is that when you make the salsa, make sure you put some salt and pepper on it. I actually did a little bit of salt and pepper, when I was with the spring onions, so I forgot to mention that part. So just put some salt and pepper in it. And once again, that is all in your control, how much salt you like, how much pepper you like. And in fact, even now you can just sprinkle a little bit of salt on it, sprinkle a little bit of pepper on it, whatever you like, okay? So if anybody out there that refuses to eat vegetarian, like my husband in the background, if you notice what he was doing, he was actually frying up some pepperoni and he is just putting it on top of the pizza. All right, so
Daddy.
yeah, daddy's silly that way. Okay, but I also want to tell you guys there's other creative ways to do this too. Another reason why I like this recipe is, Alex, let me talk. Another reason why I love this recipe so much is because literally you can put anything on your pizza or your chapati pizza. You can put, and I kid you not, don't laugh at me. If you got leftover chicken curry, shred up the chicken, put it on top. Add curry, shred it up, put it on top. Everybody, it is literally to your imagination. You know your children, you know what kind of things they like, put it on top. If there's any other vegetables they like, if they like carrots, shred it up, put it on top. So basically, you can be very creative in how you want to make these pizzas.
Mommy, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Mommy,
Right.
can I
And then, of course, I'm going to give me a second, Alex. I have to. And of course, I'm using that pizza cutter. Okay, I'm cutting up the vegetarian one.
Can I have the pizza one?
You want the pepperoni one? You're like your daddy. Okay. All right. Here we go. Yeah, that's fine. You're actually very.
What happened to the pepperoni?
Alrighty, guys. And after you cook it, I mean, you can. It all depends. You might want to hold it more like a tortilla chip. You can fold it. You can bend it. Whatever you like. Go ahead, Alex. Eat it up.
What's the other hand doing, Alexi?
All right. All right, guys.
Shut up at meeting. How do you like it, buddy?
How do you like it, Alex?
Good.
Good. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, all right, guys.
You told me that you guys talked about
How many of your parents are making some of this stuff? How many of you gonna bug your parents?
What's that? What's the first number you said? 10. Socks is good. Gosh. Mama. Why? Mama, do you remember the steps? Already hot.
Is that Sangu?
Banana.
Banana. No.
Check and see.
All right, guys.
Okay, let me take a picture.
Okay. All right. So, awesome. And absolutely, you can bake it too. So, Linda, that was a great suggestion. You can bake it. Just make sure. I would say probably do 350 in the oven. You just don't want your chapati to burn. I mean, don't get me wrong. And especially when after you put the cheese on it, you want to put it in the oven for like 5 minutes just to get the cheese to melt. That's perfect.
I'm going to turn into a monster or something.
Okay, 5 minutes, okay? You're gonna wait 5 minutes, then you're gonna off it.
The only thing, parents, is you just not gonna have to fight with your kids for those chapati pizzas.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Ooh, look at that! I love it.
So
Oh, good, awesome. I love it.
It's good. It's over my pizza. Good.
Over.
Good.
What did you say, sweetheart? Say it again.
The chicken nuggets in my chapati pizza.
Yes,
Good
perfect.
job.
Yeah.
Good
You
job.
got perfect approval of my husband right now. He said he was like telling me there's no reason to be all these vegetarians, you know. But definitely you can definitely put the chicken nuggets on it. Like I said, parents, you know your children, and this is really good. And not only that, they're getting the vegetables in there too. Yes.
You know what I like?
What?
It's broccoli. We should add broccoli.
I will try that next time. I'll put some broccoli. Okay, guys.
I put in the chicken nuggets in. Wonder one. Just put it in the oven.
Oh.
This thing is good. Are you making garlic cookies now? Comment.
Say it again.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
There.
I really like the cheese part. It was delicious.
I think you're off, right?
For daddy.
You don't like these.
For daddy. Okay.
Really, gang? Really? After drawing?
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
it's so amazing. Mark?
Guys,
I think that would be
sorry. Guys, excuse me as I talk with food in my mouth. I apologize. Yeah, guys, next thing we got to get ready to do is our dance party. So how about this? I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get yourself together, and then we'll do a dance party, okay? Ready for your dance party? You can just sit here. I'm gonna go set it up for the dance party, okay? right, guys. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this. And I mean, as parents, I highly recommend like cooking with your kids. It can be frustrating. Don't worry. I got it. I understand. I live with it. But in the overall, it is
Take the chicken out for us.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys.
Cooking and they on damn for it.